I know DDG.
Okay.
I've known him for a while. There are things that could be said, but it doesn't mean it doesn't need to be said. His team reached out and was like, hey, DDG's doing a stream. We want you to come through, you and Gina. Me and Gina was like, all right, for sure. It's all good. I ain't tripping. I know what it is when you go on those type of platforms, just like when you hit me to go on Axe show. Like, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you are behind, not DDG, but that base of individual, when you're behind enemy lines, your best bet is to just let them do what they're going to do, right? Because no matter what you do or say, it doesn't matter. And that's what I was trying, like, I got calls from people about this, right? And it's like, yo, I'm like, bro, it's not serious. It's complete. It's just an entertainment thing. Like, even DDG's like, yo, I need the content for the stream. Like, that's what they want to see. Like, but I also think that, which is why I don't particularly stream for a long time. Like, if I stream, I'll do it for an hour, go live when we start the show. But you won't see me streaming for 4 or 5 hours or 7 days straight.
Yeah,
because I think
not.
it is impossible to stream for as long as people stream these days and not engage in some clown shit.
And I agree, because even me, when I usually stream for like an hour or two, and I don't do it a lot. I usually just prefer making the content. But if you're streaming for like 7 days, a month, like the Casanats do, you have to be entertaining. And, just sitting in the room is really not that entertaining, streaming that long. I mean, some people can do it. They have the personalities for it. But me personally, I just can't do it, because eventually you're going to have to do something that's so crazy or talk about something that's so crazy just to keep people's attention. And that's very, very hard to do.
Because the people are there and you have to keep them there. In radio, we call it TSL. It's called time spent listening. So look that shit up. So when you have a certain threshold of TSL or viewership that you're trying to keep, you cannot do that sustained for that long of time, because people are going to tune out or turn away or whatever. So you have to continuously do things to engage them, right? And so my problem is one of my actual issues that I have to reconcile being in this new space of media, which you went through, is I have to learn how to navigate the space in an authentic way for me. Because other than that, you'll find yourself doing clown shit for clicks.
Yeah.
I won't do clown shit for clicks, no matter whose platform I'm on.
You see that a lot.
DDG's team was like, yo, we want you to come on the stream. I'm like, bet. They gave us a whole checklist of shit we can't do. Talk about, say, can't mention this girl, can't talk about the baby, can't do all the shit that he's done purposely, we can't bring up or talk about, right? But I'm like, you know what? I fuck with DDG. More importantly, the black women that work with him, I fuck with those ladies.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Gina was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna bring the card game. She brings the card game. It's like, let's play the card game. They go through all the cards. They take out all of the good shit. So it was like, you kind of go in neutered. You know what I'm saying? Look that up.
And it's pressure because it is live. Once you do it, it's live. So that's why they're trying to protect everything.
So I'm going in thinking like, oh, this is a completely neutered experience. Like, we can't, this is just all just for like him having rotating guests coming in and out. Cool. So then that's the first thing he talks about. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see where we're going with this. So I'm like, I'm not going to engage because everything is going to go, we're live. Everything is going to go viral. We're going to have I'll say if you go to 6 episodes, probably maybe 7 of the bigger picture, I don't engage in clown behavior, or I try not to. I had my mini thing last week on the air, but
sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, but I don't intentionally engage.
Stay mindful.
So I answered the questions honestly, and I honestly do think that is a better artist. Like I said, because of the thought that goes into everything. I actually think that there are certain individuals who are incapable of that level of thought because they're not authentic to whatever culture they're portraying. That's not specific to rappers or artists. I'm talking about the streamers. I'm talking about certain media personalities, whatever the case may be. When you're inauthentic in a field and you're a fish out of water, you find yourself being a caricature of what you're trying to be.
I get it. That makes sense.
So
that makes sense.
This thing was interesting to me just because, like, as soon as I walked in, I sat down, I just seen the chat going crazy, like all of the slurs.
So you think his audience is more of a pro Drake fan base?
I don't want to blow DDG spot. Like, I don't want to make it seem like DDG's in the wrong. Like he's this is what he does. This is his world, right? I fuck with him. But he's also like DDG. I think he's 27. Like that's the world he comes from, or whatever. So I don't expect him to understand. He will. If he's having this conversation at 37 and not 27, I think the conversation that we be having in here, I think he has a different perspective. The problem that I find when I'm discussing music is I'm discussing music with non-music people.
Exactly.
That's usually the problem I'm having. So there's a lot of non-music people having music conversations. Yeah. Oh, I fuck with this song.
Well, the streamers are. No disrespect, but all the streamers are. And they're not music experts, but
they're not
their opinion matters because they have such a massive audience.
Correct.
Thank you.
And that's where I think that we've gone aloof. Where I remember, now I'm gonna sound like the old guy in the room, but I remember like you had to have a certain level of credibility to even participate. Yeah. Now there's no barrier to entry. I love the internet. I love the streaming shit. I love all of it because it levels the playing field, and now everybody got to work harder to cut through. Yeah, perfect. However, I'm not competing with the people. I'm not competing with those people. If I want to have a music conversation, I have a music conversation with music niggas. Now, if I ask like the conversation we be having in here, or I do the BPM trick that everybody love, or whatever the case may be.
Is it a trick?
The BPM trick.
It's like I'm a music person first.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm able to commentate and have an opinion on music, but I'm also coming from a musical lens. It's not just, man, that shit whack. I can articulate why it's whack, or I can tell you the sonics in which made it whack. Most people can't do that. I understand that's an anomaly. Look that shit up. However, when people are trying to debate me in a music conversation and they're not having a music perspective, it's very difficult for me.
That's where DJs and journalists, we feel superior. Like we know music better than you.
I don't feel superior. I just think like
we're more knowledgeable in music.
We're not having the same conversation. DDG's 27. He started rapping. He was a YouTuber. He was
from the content.
He was a YouTuber who started rapping.
Yeah.
Doesn't produce, doesn't make his own beats, kind of just raps on whatever he wants to rap on, has no understanding of music production, of BPM, tempo, whatever. Because I started asking him things like, what's Detroit sound? On the stream, I'm asking him. He's like, well, I like the Detroit sound. Oh, you don't know that what you like is tempo, but you don't understand the nuance of the music. So therefore, why we don't even need to have this conversation. Again, that wasn't the place or time to do that, because when you do that, you start to alienate your audience, and then the audience rebels against you, and now you look like
his platform. Yeah.
You look like the old nigga on the platform trying to explain to the students shit that they don't know, and they don't want to hear that shit. They just want you to just crash out or do something funny.
Or fit into his world.
That's it. Yeah. So those are not the platforms to like have those thought-provoking conversations like we can have here. So I don't even do that. That's why I'm just giving them one-word answers.
So I understand where DJ Head is coming from. If you're gonna be having these music conversations, it's best you have it with people that come from that. In this new age where everybody can get in and have the conversation, you have to learn to differentiate between the real and the entertaining, because there is a difference. But yeah, man, it's the Kid Ríez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.